Paramount as being among their more important leading men. He tried to focus all his energies on his career, but again and again he was cast in uninspiring roles. In 1936, Paramount lent him out to RKO for Sylvia Scarlett, directed by George Cukor and co-starring Katharine Hepburn.
And the next thing you knew, Cary was so far away from anything that he had done in his Paramount Tall, Dark, and Handsome leading man days that got people thinking, hey, this man's a comedian.
Suddenly, Cary knew that his only hope for better parts lay outside Paramount. So, in 1937, he made a bold decision. He bought out his contract and became one of the few major Hollywood stars to voluntarily go freelance.
Away from Paramount, secondary studios would take a chance on someone who had just been a leading man. And, of course, Cary became a star with a vengeance.
In 1937, Cary signed on for the Hal Roach comedy Topper and struck gold. But it was in Columbia Pictures' The Awful Truth, released the same year, that Cary's true brilliance as a comedian was established. From day one, it was a madcap production.
Leo McCary, one of the greatest directors of all time, said, "Do you know Home on the Range?" And I said, "Yes, but I can't sing it." He said, "That's great, come on over here." We went over to a grand piano, and Irene Dunn had some sheet music, and she was trying to bang out Home on the Range. She said, "Leo, I don't read music. I can't, I'll never get this." And he said, "Do the best you can. Ralph, you sing it, belt it out."
Oh, give me a home.
At the end of the first day, Irene was crying. She didn't know what kind of a part she was playing. Cary said, "Let me out of this, and I'll do another picture for nothing." From then on, McCary came in with sometimes a piece of brown wrapping paper in his hand, and he'd say, "You come in here, you come in over there, and I'll run the dog through here, and then you come in," or whatever. And that's the way we made the picture. We never had a script.
Here's my husband coming along.
Cary caught on quickly.
Hello, folks.
Hello.
This is Dixie Belle Lee. This is Mrs. Warner, and this is Mr. Leeson, the gentleman that Mrs. Warner is going to marry.
It was right in his groove, his kind of comedy, of humor.
Now you're sure we're not intruding?
What do you mean?
He could laugh with you as you were watching him. He knew you were laughing, and he was encouraging it.
So you're gonna live in Oklahoma, eh, Lucy?
How I envy you. Oklahoma.
We're gonna live right in Oklahoma City.
Lucy, you lucky girl.
New York's all right for a visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
I know I'll enjoy Oklahoma City.
But of course, and if it should get dull, you can always go over to Tulsa for the weekend.
And he started to play this more and more comfortably, and of course effectively.
Take it.
And by the time the picture was over, he had found a persona that he could cling to and make more and more his own.
And then, of course, he developed into perhaps the brightest comedian on the horizon.
Cary had a field day playing once more opposite Katharine Hepburn in the zany 1938 Bringing Up Baby.
I don't believe you, Susan.
But you have to believe me.
I've been a victim of your unbridled imagination once more.
No, but if you'd only wait while I explain, I just gave you my picture.
No. Look, I'm just trying to tell you that you've told...
Oh, no, I didn't. Why, if you hadn't been in such a hurry and had waited for my explanation,
Not my coat.
Your coat would still be perfectly all right.
Wild confusion was made art in this movie that would go on to become a Hollywood classic. That same year, the Grant Hepburn magic was again at work in Holiday. Cary was hailed for his performance as a romantic who found himself engaged to the wrong sister.
Don't worry about it, dear. If I'm going to get stuck with a rich girl, I'll just grit my teeth, make the best of it.
Oh, but darling, you're going to make millions yourself.
Oh, but darling, no, I'm not.
Oh, yes, you are.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
No.
Is life wonderful where you are?
Well, I don't call what I mean doing living.
And what do you recommend for yourself, Doctor?
A holiday?
For how long?
For as long as I need.
You mean just to play?
I want to know how I stand, where I fit into the picture, what it's all going to mean to me. And I can't find that out sitting behind some desk in an office. So as soon as I get enough money together, I'm going to knock off for a while.
Quit?
Quit. I want to save part of my life for myself. There's a catch to it, though. It's got to be part of the young part.
And the more successful he became as an actor, the harder he worked. The bigger a star he became, the harder he worked. It wasn't only to get there, but to stay there.
With Gunga Din, Cary extended his range well beyond the drawing room.
What do you want? Where's Sergeant Valentine? Here!
I think one of the secrets of his success was that he was such an unselfish actor.
Take your hands off that man.
Cary said that he was interested in Gunga Din, and I said, well, which part did you want me to play? And he said, well, we'll toss a coin. Heads, you play this, and tails, I play that. And it was decided in as simple a fashion as that.
Darling, please don't go.
The trouble is you don't want a man for a husband. You want a coward. Run out on his friends when there's danger. Well, that's not me and never was and never will be.
And that's how it happened that I won the girl.
Gunga Din was the box office smash of 1939, and Cary Grant had become one of the most exciting male stars in Hollywood. The 1940 His Girl Friday, co-starring Cary Grant with Rosalind Russell and Ralph Bellamy, reveals screwball comedy at its best.
This other fellow, well, I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to see him. I'm more or less particular about whom my wife marries. Where is he?
Oh, he's right on the job waiting for me out there.
Do you mind if I meet him?
Oh, no, Walter. It wouldn't do any good, really.
Oh, now, you're not afraid, are you?
Afraid? Of course not.
Well, then, come on. Let's see this paragon. Is he as good as you say?
Well, he's better.
Well, then, what does he want with you?
Oh, now you got me.
Hang on, Mildred.
Okay.
Oh, I am sorry, Hildy. I suppose Bruce, what's his name? Baldwin. Baldwin. I suppose he opens doors for you.
He does. And when he's with the lady, he takes his hat off.
Oh, I am sorry.
And when he walks to the lady, he waits for her.
Oh, well, in that case.
Allow me.
Well, I can see right away my wife picked out the right husband for herself. How do you do, sir?
Must be some mistake. I'm already married.
Already married?
He had wonderful humor, and it developed into a style, a comic, humorous style that was very appealing. More than appealing, it was wonderful.
Congratulations again, Mr. Baldwin.
Oh, no, my name...
Oh, excuse me, will you answer, because you just leave your card with the boy. What did you say, Mr. Baldwin?
My name is...
Mr. Burns. Some other time. I'm busy with Mr. Bruce Baldwin here. I didn't hear what you said, Mr.
But I was
Baldwin.
going to say, it's my name.
Now, look, what is it with you?
I'm
Why
Bruce
can't
Baldwin.
you see the... Oh, you're Bruce Baldwin?
Yes.
Well, who is he? Who are you?
My name is Pete Davis.
Well, Mr. Davis, is this any concern of yours?
Oh.
Well, from now on, I thank you to keep your nose out of my affairs. And don't let it happen again, that's all. Mr. Baldwin, I'm terribly sorry about this mistake. This is indeed a pleasure.
With the Philadelphia Story, in which he co-starred with Katharine Hepburn and Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant established himself as Hollywood's foremost light comedian. But events abroad would change what brought people into theaters, and Cary Grant would have to find a way of adapting to that change.
Biography's profile of Cary Grant will continue here on A&E.